Fuck.
My bad.
Goddamn shit was muted, dog.
No, that was my fault. Because hey, we'll talk about it after. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Instant Replay Hoops. Obviously, if you still keeping up with basketball, even though your team is no longer playing, you are aware of what's going on in the NBA Finals right now. When you got the New York Knicks up 3-1 on the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, if you if you watch any kind of basketball last night, you straight up saw the San Antonio Spurs up by 29 points, damn near 30 on the New York Knicks. And when the final buzzer went off, when the clock read all zeros, the New York Knicks was celebrating the dub, bro. We're celebrating the dub. We'll get to that in a second. Let's briefly talk about, obviously, what really needed to happen with Game 3. First game in New York, after San Antonio went down 2-0. I'm willing to say that it could have easily been 1-1 coming back to New York. Obviously, Wemby misses the wide open shot. Something with that play, and I mentioned it the other night, that I saw New York do really well when they had the ball with like a couple seconds left on the clock, and they needed to try to take a shot. I thought that, and I said something about the other night, I thought the Spurs didn't put enough. They took too long to shoot that potential game-winning shot, so that when they missed it, there was no time for anybody to have any putbacks. Even though, you know what I'm talking about, they took too long.
Yeah.
If one of their players had been in position to get a putback, the time likely would have been out by the time that ball got tipped off their fingers.
Right.
And then last night, as you saw, Brunson shot that thing fast enough where he left at least a couple seconds, if there's going to be a tip back, that one of his players would have time to do it. And we'll talk about that in a second. But as we get back to Game 3, Spurs came in there and handled that thing, bro. They came in there, and their confidence from tip to final buzzer, they looked straight confident in that game. Everything they were doing, obviously the Knicks were having a pretty off shooting night, but I think that, look, man, as this is probably the first year in a long time that I've actually laid eyes on almost every playoff game in this entire playoffs. Maybe not watched them all from start to finish. Maybe not,
But I've watched. I've watched a segment of at least every game, bro.
Every game. And one of the things, and I know this, if people always say, well, duh, it's basketball. One of the things is one team is absolutely on absolute flames in the first half shooting the ball. In the second half, they can't hit fucking nothing. And we've seen it happen game after game. And a lot of that, I we talked about the three-point shooting and how that's taken over the game, and it's been that way for the past 10 years. Steph Curry ushered that in. A lot of teams live and die by it. We saw the Celtics literally get put out the playoffs this year because they died by, we going to shoot threes until we just lose. And that's what they did, and they just lost. The Spurs, they shot a finals record in Game 4. We'll get to that in a second. But in this game, the shoot was on point. As you can see, Brunson and Wembanyama both had 32 points per squad. Obviously, there's some other factors with this game that we ain't gonna get into on air when it comes to sort of other factors that could contribute to certain things when it comes to sports games at venues and shit, right? Certain people was in attendance for Game 3. And you can say what you want about how that affected the team and how that affected everything.
Right.
That's up to your own thoughts. I'll tell you this: the Spurs Game 3 was an absolute must-win for them. They went in there and they got the dub because I'm telling you right now, can you imagine, dude, if it had been 3-0 when that took place last night in Madison Square Garden?
Fucking
that place would have burned to the ground. Bro. Yeah, that
fucking Gotham City, dog.
Gotham City, bro.
We've already started seeing it. We've already started to see it. You know what I mean?
By the way, hey man, hey. Look, you have been more fortunate than I have when it comes to basketball. as far as your team having success. You know, it might not have come as much as you'd like it to come in the past couple years, but your team, you're a Lakers fan, dog. The Lakers have had. I'm a Hawks fan. We got no success. Let me tell y'all something right now, Knicks fans. I know it's been a long time, but let me tell you something. Don't tear don't tear it up, dog. Like,
you know what? That ain't even my issue, dog.
Go ahead.
Not even my issue, bro.
Go ahead,
you want to tell your city to fuck up? Tell your city to fuck up. Go ahead. Y'all got to rebuild that shit.
Yeah.
Y'all got to live there. You know what I mean? You want to flip cars and buses and burn them bitches like we did in L.A.? Yeah. By all fucking means, okay? Here's my issue, bruh. During that time when the Lakers won 1, 2, 3, you know what I mean? We weren't fucking up the fans, dog.
Yeah.
We might have been fucking up each other. You know what I mean? That's just how we get down. But we ain't out here fucking up the fans, bro. You never seen, not one time, was there a case of Laker fans fucking up whoever the fuck we play. Spurs. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? You seen a group of motherfuckers over there flipping and burning a cop car. You seen some motherfuckers over there stealing TVs. You seen these bitches over here breaking down statues and hanging from bridges. But nobody was beat the fuck up, dog. You know what I mean? All that shit, bro. And then, like, last night, bro, like, somebody threw an egg and hit Wemby in the head as he's walking into the hotel, bro. Y'all just some grimy motherfuckers out there in New York. And I'm going to tell you like this, bro. I mean, I've hoped this from the beginning. But if San Antonio comes back and whoops y'all ass for the next fucking 3 games, oh, well, dog.
Yep. Not as far as the players go. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out. But the fans, if that happens, Knicks fans, you got what you do. Let me tell you something, man. When I saw the dude in the Spurs jersey trying to run for his life, dog, I'm like, bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
That shit is sports. I got it. The shit gets dramatic and it gets you. I mean, especially Knicks fans, they ain't had a title in 50 years. Mm-hmm. That is no excuse to be throwing shit at Wembanyama, dog. Hey, look. He sometimes he get on my nerves too, and we'll get into that too. We start talking about Game 4. There is no place. There is absolutely no place for opposing fans, man. Yeah, you can talk shit to them, but there should be no time they should be fearing for their bodily harm. Just attending the game, you know what I'm talking about? You don't know why that Spurs fan lives in New York. Maybe his parents moved him when he was 10 years old. You don't know.
Watch, when they start making that shit illegal to be fucking goddamn in a certain amount of fucking feet of them motherfuckers, y'all gonna be some mad some bitches, dog.
Yeah.
Watch. Because that's what's gonna end up happening. Hey, it's gonna be illegal to be this many feet, you know what I'm saying, to a celebrity or an athlete or some shit. Yeah, because y'all motherfuckers don't know how to act, bro. Yeah. And that's it. It's that simple, bro. Yeah. It's just y'all motherfuckers just don't know how to act. I was born and raised in the roughest goddamn fan base there is, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we know how to go on the road and act, bro. You know what I'm saying? We fuck each other up. We shank each other, bro. You know what I mean? We ain't shanking other fans. They got to come here. We show them hospitality, bro. Yeah, excuse me, brother. Step to the side while I shank this compadre of mine. You know what I
mean? Yeah, man. So there's no place for that, man. I saw that last night, and I'm like, they won, and they out there throwing shit at Wemby, bro.
God forbid y'all lose, bro. That's the part, bro. That's the part I'm scared of, dog. So this goes to Game 7. Oh no, I'm lying. Because if it goes to Game 7, it'll be in San Antonio. Oh, okay. San Antonio, yeah. Because I was afraid for that shit to be Game 7 in New York and San Antonio win. They ain't gonna make it out alive, bro. They gonna need a SWAT team, bro.
SWAT, to get them out of there. And the craziest thing is, here's the craziest thing. This is the shit right here that made me shake my head in pure disgust. The Knicks went to San Antonio and won both games. Not one San Antonio fan acted like that to y'all. Not one San Antonio fan acted like that to the Knicks fans. And they went 0-2, bro. But
I did see videos during those 2 games of Knicks fans in front of San Antonio Stadium burning jerseys, stomping on jerseys, doing dumb shit like that, though. I did see that.
See, y'all gonna have a bad rep, and this is the perfect story for sports. You have an organization, a franchise who hasn't won a title in 53 years, right? You have that, and you have them make it to the finals. It's always we've seen this before, feel-good type shit. Knicks fans ruining it, bro. Ruining that shit. There's no way you should be. Y'all won the game.
Let me tell y'all something, bro. If y'all don't think, this whole sports, whether it's football, basketball, cricket, I don't give a fuck, has some type of premeditated plot to it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And how they want it to go, and how they see ratings are going, and how they can influence this or that on this side. Okay? Mm-hmm. Cities play a humongous factors in that. You don't think for a minute they're like, oh shit, you know what? If we assured, Knicks make it to the finals, that's money out of the ass, bro. Mm-hmm. If we can get this shit to go 6-7 games, that's money out there. You think after this shit they ever gonna bring that shit back to New York? Bro, y'all gonna wait another 50 fucking years before that shit come back to New York, dog. Yeah. I can guarantee y'all that shit. Because
again, it's not right at all when you lose active fool, but at least you could sort of look at it and be like, they mad they lost. It ain't right. Mm-hmm. But when you winning and still acting stupid, man, come on, bro. Come on, man. There's no. I thought you're supposed to be celebrating the dub, dog. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I mean, every time my team win, I'm happy, bro. You know what I mean? I have never
cheering, probably fucked up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah,
looking for somebody to celebrate with.
Yeah,
these motherfuckers out here headhunting. And shouts out to the Spurs fans too, bro. Because the ones I saw, they was out there handling their business, bro.
Yeah,
they wasn't going out like no punks, dog.
Nah, man. Except the one dude, man, which I felt him like there was like 20 Knicks fans. You got to get out of there, bro. You got to get out of there.
He just had to bounce, dog.
Yeah, but it's still fucked up.
You had to bounce, bro. You had to bounce, dog. There was nothing you could do. Nothing you could do. Hold your head up high, Chief.
Yeah, nothing you could do. Yeah. Make it so bad he probably live on 6th Street or something, dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's the part that pisses me the fuck off, bro. Yeah. He probably lived about 2 blocks down, dog, and just finally got to see his boys up in the finals, bro.
Yeah, man. And then this is what
tickets ain't cheap. Nah. Tickets ain't cheap, dog.
Not cheap at all, dog. Definitely not cheap. So right there, you see it. Game 3, 115-111. I think after this win, I will say Spurs came into Game 4. A lot of confidence, dog. A lot of confidence, right? As we move along to Game 4. Now, one thing I will say, you know my monster, dog. You already know what I'm about to come with. If the clock ain't at all zeros, shut your ass the fuck up. So this game starts, and obviously the Spurs hit an NBA record for three-pointers in a finals half. They have like 14 threes go through the bucket, right? They went in by 27 points. We saw a couple things happen in the first half. Mitch Robinson sort of got on Wemby. Wemby hit a bucket on him, looked at him and said, I'm in your head. It did get in his head because the next way down the floor, Mitch Robinson shoved fuck out his ass, knocked him on the floor, right? Mm-hmm. Knocked Wemby on the floor. Flagrant foul 1. Wemby looks at him and laughs and goes, ha ha, I'm in your head. Let me tell you something, bro. If you going to look at another player, one of your peers in the NBA, and point at your head and say, I'm in your head right now, you better win that fucking game, dog. You best catch W's on that game. Because in my personal opinion, shut your ass up. He talked all that shit and they still lost. Still lost the game. I'm like, bruh, nobody else on the court was talking shit that whole game to that extent except for Wembanyama. And at the end of the game, he the one that had to answer for that shit. So I'll go there with the fouls. As far as the shooting in the first half was exquisite for San Antonio. They couldn't miss no shots. The Knicks struggled a bit from shooting. Obviously, I know because I'm a Hawks fan, and when they were playing the Knicks, when a team scores 15 points in like 3 minutes, and then next thing you know, they got 20 points ahead of you. Now they 30 points. Trust me, I know from experience that shit is ugly to look at. The Spurs pretty much couldn't do no wrong in the first half. They was hitting buckets. They were playing with a lot of energy. The Knicks couldn't get nothing. Karl Anthony Towns got 2 fouls within like the first 3 minutes of the game, so he had to go sit the bench. What you see from the first half, dog?
I mean, I seen what we've seen all series.
Yeah.
And that's the Spurs dominate. Mm-hmm. They adjust. Defense is there. You know what I mean? Because aside for the point differential, we didn't see nothing different that we haven't seen this whole entire fucking goddamn series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, everything was there. I assumed going towards the end of the half into the second half, they were just gonna keep the gas on the pedal. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The foot on the pedal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at, man. I get it. Okay, fucking. When you put up a half like that, shooting the way you did, everything like that, it's very hard to replicate that for the second half, let alone another game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I mean, as far as the Spurs go, I think for the first half they played great. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, I don't think they played any different this series than they have all series, except for the fact that like every bucket went in. You know what I mean? I mean that's really the only difference is that every fucking bucket went in. They had like damn near 0 turnovers in the first half. I think they got one towards the end.
Oh yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like it played a large factor that Cat got. You know, I think it was 2 plays into the game that he picked up 2 fouls.
Okay, yeah. So
you know what I'm saying? Basically, because that play originally was supposed to be the second foul was supposed to originally be on Wemby, but they challenged it and then it ended up being the second foul on Cat, and it was literally
when he grabbed his arm.
Yeah, because he did it which he be doing that shit all the goddamn time. And he got caught for it. You know, the shit talking and the shit, like, that don't bother me, man, because I think regardless, even if they blew that lead, that game was still supposed to be won. And there's a lot of factors outside of Wemby why that game didn't fucking. You know
yeah. You know, I ain't say it was all his
fault. Yeah, bro. When you. Now, I do agree on the aspect of when you talking shit and then you go up by 29 fucking points.
You better win that.
Yeah, bro. You better win that fucking game, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
remember, I mean, he was doing all this shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And then, but it depends on the player. You know what I mean? Because like a cat like Kobe and Jordan, they didn't talk shit. They got the shit talk too, and they show you what happened. You know what I mean? But same thing with like the big fundamental. You know what I mean? Like Tim Duncan used to just absorb the shit talking and, hey, let me show you what I do. Not all cats are like that. And Wemby, I don't think it's like that. Wemby reminds me, not so much the shit talking, but you know what I mean? Just like the ego during the game and shit, like Kevin Garnett was. You know what I'm saying? Like Shaq was. Like they would talk shit all game to get in your head because they're going to dominate you regardless. So, you know, Gary Payton. Payton was the biggest one, bro. Gary Payton would control the whole fucking court. He's talking shit to your coach. He's talking shit to the referees. He's talking shit to the announcers. And everybody going to do what Gary Payton wants to do because at some point he got in your head. So that aspect of it, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Like, I was all for it. I was hyped. Hey, get in his head, Wemby, you in his head. But then the second half came around.
Yeah.
You know?
And they scored first. Second half came around, and the Spurs scored first. They made it a 29-point, which was the highest lead they had. They were up by 27 at the half. Second half, they come out. Spurs get the or matter of fact, the Knicks got the ball first. They missed the shot. Spurs rebounded. Fox come down there and lay that thing in there. You know what I'm saying? Now they up by 29.
Yep.
Now look, I understand the way they were stripping nets in the first half. Yeah, you come out shooting. You keep shooting. I felt like once about 3 or 4 of them shots didn't hit, I'm like, you might want to change it up a little bit. I thought in the second half, the coach, Spurs, what's his name? Right? Is it like what's the coach's last name?
Man, I don't know that fool. That fool, yeah, I know. I don't know his name, man.
Yeah,
I just know what he be looking like.
Yeah. He I thought there was a couple of moments there where he might have needed to call a time and might have needed to readjust what they were doing because, look, they were still going on runs in the third and fourth quarter, the Spurs were, but they were for like 2 points and 4 points. At the same time they were going on these little runs, the Knicks would go on runs for like 6 points, 7 points, 8 points. So they kept chipping away slowly but surely at that big lead. And man, dude, look, I'll just put it like this. If I'm up by 29 points and I got one half of basketball to try to win this game, I'm telling my players, you better not shoot that fucking ball until that shot clock gets to like 5 seconds left. Run out as much time off the clock as you can. And then go for a shot. If you miss it then, they get a rebound. At least you ran off, whatever, the shot clock, 24 seconds. You keep the game moving. The Knicks needed as many possessions as they can get. They're going to go 100 miles per hour. Every single time they got the ball, they ran down the court as fast as possible, tried to do whatever they're going to do, whether they're shooting a shot, rebounds, whatever, layups or whatever. They did that as fast as possible because they knew that for the time that was left in that game, they needed as many possessions as possible. Yep. Obviously, they didn't hit a bunch of those. There was a couple times where both teams would go up the floor and neither one of them was hitting. I was like, damn, does anybody want to win this motherfucker for real? Knicks continue to switch good. Castle. Go ahead.
Here's my issue with the second half, right?
Go ahead.
We watched an excellent first half of basketball be played, and it led to one team dominating the other. Okay, we watched pure basketball be played.
Yeah,
I didn't see any crazy calls. I think the calls were pretty fair.
Yeah,
whether you agree with them or not in the first half, you know what I mean. I think the calls were pretty fair. One team was just hitting every bucket, the other team wasn't, and it's like that's not even true. It's not like the Knicks weren't putting up points in the first half. They were putting up the average amount of points you would put up in the first half. It's just the Spurs couldn't fucking miss, right?
Yeah.
We watched basketball for a long time. We understand teams go on runs, teams, blow leads, teams choke, teams overcome adversity. And I'm fine with all that. But when I'm watching a game and I'm questioning strategy, play call, shot selection, it starts to make me think like, damn, I miss when there weren't so many hands involved in basketball. Or in sports in general.
Yeah, sports in general, yeah.
And I'm not going to go, I can go deep into it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go deep into it right now. But I miss the days where it wasn't so blatantly obvious of all the hands in the pot, okay?
Yeah.
And the reason I say this is because it goes back to what you were saying. You put up a few shots and you started missing them. Why are we not attacking the basket? Got the tallest man on the court.
Yeah.
Why are we not going inside? Go back and watch, bruh. Every inside play they ran, it was called to go outside.
Yeah.
Every time they swung it inside and Wemby got position or somebody got position inside, immediately they called it to be swung outside. And I'm sitting there like, why? Why every time we get it down low are we immediately calling it to go back outside? And that's because they had to keep it interesting. Now, nowhere do I believe that they assumed that they were going to blow a 29-point lead.
No.
You know what I mean? I do think that just comes with, hey, y'all were fucking sucking at the shots you were making, at the shots you were taking. But I don't believe that it was just honest decision not to go into the paint the whole fucking time, bro. Yeah. Like you can't make me believe that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, bottom line is, we've seen how it went down. They blew a fucking an NBA historical lead.
Yeah.
after setting an NBA record. You know what I'm saying?
Pointers and a half.
That has to be a record in itself to set a record in both sides of the halves, you know, on one for positive and negative. But it's gonna be. I'm still gonna say we're going to Game 7, bro.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what I was saying too. Nixon said. I thought.
Yeah. Now I did say 6,
but
I don't think this shit ending in 6, bro. Damn sure not ending in 5.
Yeah, because that thing is in San Antonio on Saturday night, bro.
Yeah.
You see how I still think the Spurs fans gonna be cool.
They ain't gonna be out there. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna be doing
none of that bullshit.
Because they don't. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we both have resided in Texas. You know what I'm saying? For an extended period of time. We know how them folks is, man. You know what I'm talking about?
And you know why? You know how I know that, bro? Because they were raised as fans. You know what I'm saying? They were raised in a culture, bro, where they weren't even allowed to boo the opposing player.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they tried to boo Kawhi and Pop called timeout and was like, "Yo, we not doing that shit.
We ain't doing that." Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's the type of fucking culture San Antonio, you know what I'm saying, comes from, bro. Like the Spurs come from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it goes deep, bro.
Yeah.
When they won Game 3, Pop was driving around the city. You know what I mean? Because San Antonio had a watch party.
Mm-hmm.
Pop was driving around the city. You think a San Antonio Spurs fan want to get caught there, bro? Stomping the cat out and then have a look and happen to see Pop over there driving by, bro?
Yeah, nah.
Never, dog. That's like Mother Teresa,
bro. So obviously y'all saw what happened. One quick detail. The I'm sure you feel the same way. The Wemby elbow in this game was not on purpose. However, when you know who you are and what you've done, you need to be more careful than that. You need to be more careful, and he can only get one more. So if the Spurs win Game 5 and Wemby gets a flagrant, he's suspended for Game 6.
He's suspended for Game 6.
And let me tell you something. If one game Wemby don't play, that's a wrap for the Spurs. They can't fuck with –
Oh, and I can promise you, this next game is going to be physical, bro. Physical, dog. I can assure you that, bro. Mm-hmm. It's going to get fit. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you like this too, man. We come from a different era at basketball, and maybe you'll see different on this play than I do. But that Game 3 play between Wemby and Brunson,
where he pushed his face in the ground?
where he shoved him down.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear y'all cry. Shut the fuck up, dog. Shut the fuck up. Because any little man back in the day, any little man that went up there with Shaq, Diesel was rocking him.
Yeah.
Ewing was rocking him. Hakeem, you know what I'm saying? Charles. Y'all motherfuckers have just played softball for so long that's what y'all become accustomed to, bro. If I'm the biggest motherfucker on the court and a little motherfucker try to come up on me, bro, I'm throwing them off me. That's what you have officials for. Have them make the call.
You're right. That was a fucking flagrant foul, though. He pushed Brunson's face to the ground. That's a flagrant foul. You say cry about it.
No, bro.
Dog.
He shoved him off.
The NBA even came out the next day and said, yes, that should have been called a foul. They said maybe not a flagrant. That should have been called a foul. The NBA
A foul, yes. A foul, yes. But I don't think flagrant, though.
Dog. That motherfucker put both his hands on Jalen Brunson's head and pushed him to the floor. That motherfucker should have got fouled. He called for that shit, dog. Should have got called. And I'm not mind you, if Wemby would have pushed who your boy is,
fucking Kennard, bro.
If he'd have pushed Kennard like that in the face, you'd have been like, get this motherfucker out of here.
Right, but they still wouldn't have caught it. You know what I mean? Shit, when Diesel was out there throwing bows.
Era, dog. Shaq.
But if you don't think that era is slowly coming back,
I don't think they're gonna let it, man.
Yeah, bro. I think they are. I think this year they tested the waters with it, and they liked what they saw, bro. Because they have. Hey, look it. They got to bring ratings back some way, some form, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Only way they gonna do that, make the game physical again. allow hand checking, allow a little confrontation. Shit, look how many motherfuckers love the Vassell. You know what I'm saying? When Vassell got fucking in garbage motherfucker Chet Holmgren's face, and he was barking and talking all that shit, and we all assumed
he's gonna get.
You know what I mean? But they just let it go, and everybody was like, "Yeah, let that shit go." We were happy they let it go, even though we assumed it was going to be a team.
There's a difference between letting trash talk go and this dude putting his two 17-inch fingers on your fucking face and pushing you down. He pushed Brunson down like that. That's a foul,
hey,
dog.
Man, that's what you got big man for. That's what you have big men. Hey, remember when motherfucking Shaq got ejected from the game because motherfucking they went over there and pushed goddamn Robert Horry and Shaq had to come, you know what I'm saying, scoop up on him, and then Kobe took over? Hey, bro, that's what you got a big man on your team for. Where was Cat? Where was Mitch Robinson? They talk all that shit. They talk all that shit till they little man get rocked, and then they know where to be found.
What was they supposed to do? Go over there and rock Wemby, and then they suspended for the rest of the season?
Nah, man, but get up in his face. But hey, bitch, you know what I'm saying? What you doing? But Cat was probably over there getting his nails polished and shit. You know what I mean?
Same thing that I realized. Wemby is what the NBA wants as the face of the league, which is why he didn't get that foul, which is why they'll never suspend that Cat from a game. The only way, if he gets that flagrant, that's the only way they're gonna suspend him. If Cat,
I'm gonna tell you like that, he would have did that shit to LeBron. I would have fucking applauded him. I would have given him a paycheck.
Well, I know because you don't like LeBron. You want to see that fool's face get pushed in the ground. Nah, but hey, man, it is, man. It is. It's a physical series, and I would bet no less than 3 flagrants between both teams in this next game.
Oh yeah,
I would guess no less. They gonna be.
We might catch a flagrant too, bro. We don't even know yet. You know what I mean?
Damn, God, I don't even know what a flagrant two what it composes of. Shooting a cat on the court, dog. Like you pull it out. Like,
yo, shank.
you pull out the shank, and I don't know, man. But yeah, man.
Right so, there at tip off, man. When you go to dap everybody, hey, what's up, man?
What up, Butters? You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Butters?
Butters, man. Remember what's his name? Craziest comeback ever. Yeah, man. It was an absolute crazy comeback. But anyway, we got to bounce, man. You know what I'm saying? Homie got to go take care of some business. You know what I mean? Let me get this.
Indeed.
All right, y'all. Obviously, game 5 is Saturday. Y'all will probably catch us Sunday as we go over what happened in game 5. If that's the end of the series, then we'll talk about that. If it's continuing and going on to a game 6, that'll be on Monday, I think. Monday. Wait.
Yep.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, because the series will finalize 7 games on Wednesday if it goes.
Yeah.
And then the draft is Thursday. Hey, and it is, and the draft's Thursday. Hey, to all the World Cup fans, man, World Cup kicked off today. You know what I'm saying? Hope your squad, you know what I'm saying, makes it to the motherlands, bro. Tickets for them games is. Bro, I looked up tickets, $400 for the cheapest shits, dog.
Hey,
God damn.
At least it ain't $10,000 like them Knicks tickets, man.
State Farm Arena ain't never gave $400 for me.
All right, but what do you say? For the league's more they suspend me be. Oh yeah, if Wemby don't play one game, that's a wrap for them.
Oh yeah, bro. You gonna see cats getting stomped out in the parking lot fucking before the game start.
Not the Spurs though, man. Them motherfuckers liable. They you know what I'm saying? They'll lend you a helping hand.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? They'll hand you a napkin, brother. Here you go.
Yeah, man. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Like I said, we'll probably see y'all Sunday.
Hopefully we got another game, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? I don't want it to end. I like to see 7. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's easy. All right, we'll see y'all later, man. Y'all take it easy. Peace out.